Well, hello guys. This is Future Doug talking at the start of this video to let you know that I had a terrible mishap with episode 4 and I lost my footage. So while I want to show you episode 4 of my playthrough of Darkest Night, all that footage is gone. However, I do have episode 5, which is what you're about to watch. So just pretend that, the show took a mid-season break, and when it came back, some time had passed. Okay? Because I can't think of any other way to do this. I was going to try and go back and reset everything, but I thought it was best just to push on and show you what we have. Now, I've already filmed the episode because I lost episode 4 after I filmed episode 5, so it's not like I'm going to get to do a recap or anything like that. But we're going to move on to episode 6 soon as well, and I'm going to get that filmed and ready to go. I just want to let you know that I did have a filming disaster, lost some footage, and as a result don't have an episode 4, for which I apologize for profusely. I'm not a professional cinematographer, even though this probably could have happened to anybody. It was a hard drive related thing. And that also, I want to apologize for the delay in the next episode because I was trying to recover my episode 4 and it was not working. So let's get on and enjoy episode 5. Hey everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Mystic on Board Game Geek, bringing you episode 5 of my playthrough of Darkest Night 2nd Edition, my, I guess, quasi-flawed playthrough, but it's a playthrough nonetheless. No, I'm doing okay. Made a couple boo-boos here and there, but mostly I'm getting to show you how the game runs and what the new stuff looks like, and it's going fairly well. And while I may not be making the best strategic decisions, I'm getting to show you all the stuff that's in the game. And I don't think I'm doing that badly, actually, but we shall see. Not that anybody's commented, I'm just being critical of myself. Okay, guys, we're going to get right into it. And you know, like before, I do like to talk about some of the new goodies. And they're not necessarily new goodies to the game itself, but new goodies to this edition. And I do want to talk about the Darkness cards because they were from a pretty late expansion, one of the later expansions to the first edition, and they're in this I think the second expansion that will come with the second edition, which I believe, and I'm fairly certain, is going to be a stretch goal. And so these Darkness cards give abilities to the Necromancer, and I think it's a really neat way to do that. It makes him more dynamic, more interesting than just, you know, doubling down on blights, etc. like that. Normally, when you hit 10, you know, on the Darkness track, you create 2 blights, and then when you hit 20, it changes again, 25. But we're going to play with these. I'm just going to talk about maybe 1 or 2 of them and give you an idea. Like this Towering Shadow, it says activate at the end of the Necromancer's turn if there are 4 or more blights in his location. And then if it's active, he gets +1 darkness at the start of the Necromancer turn. Pretty bad. So that's a great example. And then they're kind of like the hero's powers in some ways. And apostasy, heroes cannot pray in the monastery. That would be really rough too. So that is a very cool feature, I think. I really liked it when it came out in the first edition, and I'm glad to see that it will be included in the second edition of the game. So let's continue on and get to our playthrough. I'm not sure who I'm going to start with. I'm going to think about that, but let's get to it. So I want to start with one minor thing that I would have needed to correct if I didn't catch it, but I did want to show it to you and remind you that our Tinker has the Surveyor gadget that was currently active. It gives you +1 die to attacking blights, but you deactivate it when you move, so this is no longer active. It is not, it is still, he could reactivate it. That's not a problem. But he doesn't have it active right now, so them's the breaks, right? And it doesn't have to exhaust or anything like that. It just has to reactivate it. So I wanted to catch up on that. I'm just looking over everything else that I've got to do. Yep, okay. So I think that we're going to get started with our Tinker. I did have a plan for him, but I think I have changed the plan. He's not hurt really. He's just a little low on secrecy. So if we move him around a bit, he will be able to get that secrecy back and not attract the attention of the Necromancer. So I think what we're going to do, because he doesn't need to pray or anything like that. You know, we went to the monastery, so he's kind of hidden for the moment. But he did allow him to gain 1 secrecy back, and now if we move him, he'll gain another. So I do believe we're going to do that. And I think that we're going to move him. I want to spread these guys out and keep the necromancer moving to some degree. I also wanted to get some sparks, and I was going to have the shaman move to the monastery as well, and she's still probably going to do that, but maybe not this turn. So I think with the Tinker, and he's in the monastery, so I do not have to draw an event card. He is going to simply move up to the mountains, which will gain him a secrecy, putting him back up to 2. And that's going to be his entire action for that turn. He can't do really anything else. So that's it for him. Now we've got our Valkyrie. I think we're going to take her turn next. Remember, she does have this Rich in Spirit card activated. And it says deactivate when you fail the search to draw a power card. So I think, though, that we're not going to search here necessarily. I think she's going to move to the ruins. Because there's also a quest there that we need to get done. We're running out of time. There's only 3 turns. In fact, I think we're going to fail it, aren't we? We're probably going to fail it because I don't think she can get there and draw an event as an action. Bummer. Man, I don't like... That's two quests I've failed. I'm not used to doing that. I usually don't fail them. But she will do that. She's going to... Well, she could get keys and treasure chests here in the forest if she just searches there, and it would also give her some... Yeah, here's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna be able to succeed at that one in the ruins. It's not gonna happen. But what she is gonna do is search. Okay, so she doesn't have any bonuses to search or anything. She's just gonna get a die roll. But first, we do have to draw her event card. So let's get that done. And I got the event deck out. We're gonna see what we get. A dead servant. So it's compared to her secrecy of whopping 1. So we're going to be fighting a dread. Now it's a 5 and a 5, so she might as well fight it because she does get to use her skewer tactic, which gives her 2 fight dice. We'll put that right there, and we'll get these 2. I know someone said, one of my viewers, Pencil Polly, said that these are a little harder to see sometimes, but they've been rolling better. So here's where we're at. We got our skewer ability and our dead servant right there. We're going to roll 2 dice. We're looking for a 5 or better, a 6 and a 4, because he's been doing great for me. So we did defeat this card. We don't have to deal with the servants did not hurt us, which is a good thing, because we didn't want that. And then we're going to make a search roll for the Valkyrie. And again, I'm going to put her skewer card back. She doesn't need it right now. So we need to roll a 4 better here in the forest, which you can see the difficulties right there. If she rolls a 4 better, she successfully searches. If she fails, she gets to draw a power card. So either way, she wins, but she did succeed in her search. So she didn't get to deactivate her Rich in Spirit card because it is only deactivated when you fail a search. So she succeeded in the search, so it is still active on her card, but she does get to draw a treasure. So we're going to get the map deck out, put it right here, and we're going to draw a card and see what she gets in the forest there. So forest, she got, well, that wouldn't be what I want, but it's cool. She got a, oh, I don't remember what that's called. I'm going to look, though. She got a Waystone. It's discard during your turn to instantly move to any location and gain 1 secrecy. Well, that would have been great last turn because we could have used that to get to this quest and get it done. Here is her Waystone. I'm putting that on her character card, and that is going to mark the end of the Valkyrie's turn. So, turn for her. I mean, it would have been nice to get more powers. I thought I had a good option of getting keys or powers. I got the Waystone instead, which is fine. It's still a useful item, and we will get to use it later. But that is going to mark the end of the turn for the Valkyrie. You know what, though? Before we end her turn, I think she is going to use it. She's going to pop this to move. Still not going to matter. Yeah, I was going to think about moving her to the ruins. At least gives her another secrecy, and then she can roll a search there next turn. Still not a bad idea because we're going to draw a blight there too as a result of failing the event. And it'll give her a secrecy, but it moves her farther away from being able to heal. I think, yeah, we're going to wait on that. Okay, forget that. We're not doing that. Okay, now we're going to go to the Druid up in the castle. Here's our Druid up at the top here. He does have this blight there of Unholy Aura, which is -1 to a fight die. So that's kind of nullifying his ability to use his animal companion. But first off, we have to draw his event. So let's get the event deck out, boom, and see what we get. It has to get something good. Oh, well, Dark Discharge. It says -1 to our darkness track. That'll put it back down to 6. That is pretty awesome from 7. But it says create a blight in your location. So we will get the map deck out, and we will draw a blight in that location there. Here's the map deck. Let's see what we get. And this is in the castle. We get crows. Crows are always interesting. Let me get them out for you. Here are the crows. See, they got a neat picture. Sorry, bumped the camera. Got a neat picture of crows on there flying around, and it says if you fail, you lose a secrecy. We do have to contend with them at the end of the round, which is fine. And if we attack it and fail, we lose a secrecy as well. So that is the event there. There are crows in the castle scouting us out. Don't care about them because we want to do something else. We are going to search. Now, he didn't have any special ability to search there either, but the search difficulty in the castle is a whopping 2. So we had a very good chance of getting something there. Let's see what we get. A 5. So he successfully searched there. So we get out our map deck again. Boom, I'm just going to pull it out here, draw a card, and let's see what we get. We're going to get, in the castle, we are going to get a blue key. The blue key is gain a key. Okay, if we're playing with the draw a mystery card. So we're going to get another mystery card. That is good. I like the mystery cards, and they show you some more of the game. Mystery cards are like interesting quest cards. So we're going to get the mystery deck out now. We're going through quite a few decks this turn, and we're going to draw a mystery card. It says, Signs Importance. If you read that the signs are right, there's something crucial to be found here. Okay, well, we're immediately going to get 2 more investigation. It says a random location, so we're going to have to roll this. We're going to have to roll to see where it ends up, and it says draw a mystery. If you get a key here, draw a mystery if a 4 is rolled while searching here. Okay, so that's a permanent effect on a location. Let's roll and see where that's going to be. We got a 2, so if you look from the middle of the board, the 2 is going to place that, interestingly enough, in the ruins. So we're going to place, we'll just put it right here, I guess, for now. Well, what we can do is put it right below the board here. We're going to put it right there. That's in the ruins, and that is there. And we also then get to bump our track up for investigations up to 2 more, so it's at 6 along with the darkness track. So that was pretty good, but that is going to end our Druid's turn, and that was a good turn for him, though I am trying to get more powers right now as well as these investigations. And then last but not least, for this turn, we're going to have the Shaman, who is in an interesting spot right here. Let's take a look. So she is with the Necromancer. That's going to put her secrecy down 1. It's at a 5 now, so it just went down to a 4. If she moves out of this area now, she's going to lose 2 more secrecy because of the flux cage and gain 1 back. So she dropped 1 more to move anywhere. I was planning to move her to the monastery, but she's got a bunch of things. She's got this unholy aura, which creates a 1 less fight dice, so that's not cool. And she has a bunch of sparks. I'm thinking, because there's already 3 blights there, we can't have that. That's bad. So I think what she's going to do is she's going to use her Soothing Leer. And if you recall, that allows every hero, not just her, to refresh any powers. So that means we get to refresh the Amplifier for the Tinker, and the Druid gets to refresh his Visions ability, which allows him to discard an event card with no effect. And for the Shaman, it's she gets to refresh her ancestral power, which says exhaust before any die roll to add 2 dice to that roll. And we did that because we're probably going to use that this turn. And what are we going to use it on? Well, she is going to make an effort to attack, I think, one of the flux. Well, if she attacks this, it'll be gone. And we won't have to suffer. Nobody will have to suffer the penalties. It'll make it easier to get rid of the flux cages. So she's going to, and it's easier to hit. So she's going to attack the Unholy Aura. Now she only has 1 die to roll, and that's -1 die. So that would put her at 0. This one's, we're going to exhaust this before any die rolls to give her 2 dice. So that would put her at 3. So she's at 2 right now. And we can get, she's going to spend a spark to put it back up to 3. So she's going to get to roll 3 dice here in the village against the flux cave, or the unholy aura rather. Okay, here's our 3 dice. You see we got the dice tower set up. We need to roll a 4 or better. Oh man, I thought she missed it. She did. She got a 5. So we took out the holy aura. That is going to put her secrecy down to 3, unfortunately. So there's a chance the necromancer might not be leaving that area. But that takes out the unholy aura in the space. So that was a good move for her, and she almost missed it. So I'm glad we took the 3 dice. And that is, oh, you know what? I didn't draw her event card. I apologize. The first time I actually missed it. We're going to do that now and see what happens. The altar, it says roll 1 die. Pure altar, you may spend 1 secrecy to gain a grace, or defiled altar, spend 1 grace, or the darkness track goes up 1. Okay, so we're going to roll a die for that. Let's see. We rolled a 6, so it is the pure altar. So she can spend a secrecy to gain a grace. She's actually not going to do that because she needs her secrecy. That would put her down to a 2, and that is not a good thing. So we're going to leave that alone for now. That is going to be the end of that. So that was her event, and I apologize for doing that out of order. It is what it is. So now she completes her turn, and that completes a whole round of the heroes' turns again. So we're definitely moving around the map. We're getting somewhere. We're close to being able to pick up a relic. That is a good thing. But next we get to go with the necromancer. So unfortunately the darkness track does go up 1, so it's going up to 7. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but I think you can. Yeah, it's at 7 now. The next thing that happens is we put a time marker on this unearthly mists, and we have failed it because it required 3. So we failed our second quest. That is not cool, and we have to spawn a blight there. So I will do that. We're going to spawn a blight in the ruins. There isn't one in the ruins currently, so we'll have one there. And let's see what we get. We're going to get the map deck out, draw a card for the ruins. Boom. The ruins. It's going to be a shroud. Okay, we've seen that one before. We know what that looks like. I will get that out and be right back. As you recall, this one protects blights, and it is there in the shroud, but there aren't any other blights there, so it's okay. It's not really hurting us. Now, though, we're going to move the necromancer. Okay, let's see what he does. He rolled a 3, so he did see... Hold on, let me think about this. We've got a couple things going on here. I don't know. So yeah, hold on. Yeah, that's what I thought. He detects heroes with a roll lower than the result. So he actually didn't detect the shaman in the village this time, because the shaman has a 4. Well, actually, shaman has a 4. What am I talking about? The Valkyrie has a 3 again. So he actually did not detect any of our heroes. The Tinker. Oh, I'm sorry. He detected the Tinker at a 2. So he is going to the necromancer likes to follow the Tinker around. So he is going up here to where the Tinker is, and we are going to drop a blight in the mountains with the Tinker. Let's see what we get. There's already a taint there, but what do we get now? We're going to get in the mountains, we're going to get another shroud. We're shrouding it up. Okay, so we know that shroud is going to protect the taint that's there. So here's the shroud. It takes a 5 to defeat, and it protects blights. So, and currently up in the mountains we do have this one, which you cannot gain any grace in that space right now, which is fine. And that is going to mark the end of the necromancer's turn. So we got a couple of locations with 2 blights in them. We're going to have to take care of that. But the necromancer has left the shaman alone in the village. That might give the shaman an opportunity to continue to take out the blights there. Okay, well, let's do our one more turn with our heroes and see what we can get done. I have a quick correction. I made a mistake. Necromancer did not go to the mountains. He went to the forest where he dropped the shroud instead, because the Valkyrie only has a 1 secrecy. So after the next turn, if the Valkyrie does not move, which she's going to, she will be dealing with the fact she's only got 1 secrecy. Not a good thing. She's got to get away from there. Luckily, she's got the opportunity to do that. Okay, let's continue. All right, so that was just a quick correction there. I realized that she had a 1 secrecy as opposed to the Tinker's 2, and they were this equal distance away, so the Necromancer would have moved to the Valkyrie. So let's do that. Let's start with the Valkyrie. Now we know that this knocks her secrecy down to 0, but we were going to move her anyway. So we knocked her secrecy down to 0, but we do have to draw an event card. Let's see what that is. The Ritual. You may spend 1 grace and lose 1 secrecy to cancel this event. Count the blights in your location. There's 2. 1 to 2, there's a new blight there. That would put 3 blights there. So I think, man, we can't... Well, actually, this would have happened before, right? Let's see. Nope, the event, we would have lost the point from the Necromancer. So I don't think we have a choice. We cannot spend the secrecy to cancel the event, unfortunately. I wonder if the Vision's ability allows exhaust after you draw. So no, that I was looking at the Druid's ability, but it doesn't help. So we are going to drop another blight there. Unfortunately, that is not good because that will put 3 blights in the forest. We don't want that. That's bad, right? So let's get the map deck out. We're going to draw another. We're going to draw for another blight and see what we get there. Let me see. That is in the forest. Ooh, a lich. That is no good. That is a bad thing. So let me get the lich out. We're going to show you what that looks like. It's the first monster we've had, but here's the lich. And you know it's a 5 to defeat. Basically, it's a 5 to defeat or 5 to evade, or elude rather. And if we fail, we lose a secrecy. If she stays there this turn, she'll have to take on the lich. And that and the lich is protected by the shroud and the decay, or rather the lich and the decay are protected. So that's a bad thing. What she's going to do though is move away. So she's going from here to here to the ruins where she will gain a secrecy. That's going to put her back up to 1, thankfully. And then she's going to pop her waystone. Boom. And that will then move her again. She's going to move up to the castle where the druid is, and that will gain her another secrecy, putting her up to 2 and quite a ways away from the Necromancer. So quite frustrated, the Valkyrie got away from the Necromancer. That was a good thing. And so that ended the Valkyrie's turn. So I think next up we're going to... I know what we're going to do. Yeah, this is... Okay. So we're going to next go to the Shaman. And I'm going to get the event deck out. We're going to draw her event card and see what happens. Hopefully it's nothing as bad as the last one. That was not good. And it's a raid. It says count the blights in your location. There's 2. Lose 1 grace and 1 secrecy. Well, that's bad for her. She's down to a 2 secrecy now and a 3 grace. She really can't do anything about it, so she just loses it. Boom. And that's going to end that. Now, if she moves out of, now that she's got 2 secrecy, I don't know. If she moves out of there, she's going to lose 2 and gain 1, so she'll still lose 1 and go down to a 1. That's going to mean that the Necromancer is most likely going to head to the village again, and depending on where she moves. Again, I'm trying to get her with the other characters so she can activate her totem. She could hide as her action, which would refresh her power's already refreshed, and gain her 1 secrecy. So that's not very good. Well, she could move to the swamps. That would make yeah. Well, it still would take. It would give me the option of taking the Necromancer through the village or through the ruins, if in fact the Necromancer goes after the Valkyrie, which I think that would happen. So we're definitely moving the Valkyrie, but remember those 2 flux cages that are causing us problems because they lose a secrecy for each one that's there. So, okay, we're going to do that. We're going to move her to the swamp, which will put her down to a 0, but then when she moves, it goes back up to 1. So she's at a 1 right now. Unfortunately, that is her entire turn. Moving, it takes the entire turn. So that is the Shaman. So we have the Druid and the Tinker left. The Druid's still up in the castle. He's doing fine. He's in good shape. We still have the Unholy Aura up there to take care of. And he's got a spark. So he could get 2 dice and take out the Unholy Aura, or he could search again. I think we don't. I wish we had bonuses to search, but the search in the castle is only 2. So I think that's what. Wait, Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Wait, do we have to encounter the crows? I forget. So the druid last turn would have had to encounter the crows. We're going to have to do that. Now we do know that he gets to evade with 2 dice as well, or elude rather, because he's got his camouflage ability, right? So this is a small mistake. I missed this. The crows at the end of the turn, the end of last turn, the druid would have had to face the crows. So he would need to roll a 4 to elude the crows. He did anyway, so it had no effect. Okay, now we're back to where we are. Now, we could take out those crows, because now the... okay. We just moved the druid, the shaman rather. So, as we wrap up the shaman's turn, she has to roll against the crows as well. She does not have any secrecy or any special ability to give her a new die, so she's going to roll 1 die. This could put her all the way back. If she fails, it's a 4 or less to elude. She failed with a 3, and that's going to put her back down to a 0 secrecy. So we know that the necromancer... No, take it back. Take it back. Not the shaman, the Valkyrie. So the Valkyrie is back down to a 0. It was the Valkyrie that moved up there last turn. Sorry for the confusion, but we're straight now. Okay, I hope that made sense. The crows actually have an effect that we have to deal with at the end of the round, which is to elude or lose secrecy. So I think that our druid is going to attack the crows. Now, that being said, this unholy aura is there, which gives us -1 fight dice. But anyway, we have to draw the event card for the druid first, so let's do that. We are... Yeah, what do we get? Boom. The Mind Leech. Compared to your secrecy, well, his secrecy's 5. So it's a mature Mind Leech, which means we can roll a 5 or a 4. We're going to elude because we get 1 less fight dice. So we're going to elude with a 4. See if we can get away from the Mind Leech. We succeeded with a 5, so nothing happened there. The druid was able to get away by using camouflage and sneaking away from the Mind Leech. Good job, druid. Now we're going to attack the crows. So normally he'd get 2 dice because of his animal companion. He's got 1 spark. He's going to spend it so that he can get 2 dice still against the crows. Okay, the crows need a 4 or better to defeat. And if he succeeds, well, whether he succeeds or not, he's going to lose a secrecy, putting him down to 4 secrecy. So here's his 2 dice. A 6. So we did defeat the crows. And you can see that if we had failed, we still would have lost a secrecy, another secrecy. But we defeated them, and that puts us down to a 4 secrecy, and the crows are now gone from the castle. But that marks the end of the druid's turn. So the only one we have left is Senior Tinker. And he is up there with that taint up in the mountains where he was trying to do something cool, not sure which. Anyway, I think that he might activate... Yeah, he's going to activate his Surveyor gadget up in the mountains. It says action, active... Well, first off, we have to draw his event card. Let's see what that is. Vile Messenger. Ooh, we got to fight it for 4. We have no choice but to fight it. So if we fail, the darkness track goes up by 1. So I'm just going to tilt this way. We know that this is the Tinker. The Tinker's got no extra fight dice right now. So we're just going to roll 1 die and hope he rolls a 4 or better. A 6 again. Man, I've been getting really lucky with that. So we did not have the darkness track go up 1, and we defeated the Vile Messenger before he got away and warned the Necromancer, which would have increased the darkness track. Okay. Now we're going back. Now what we have to do is we're going to activate his Surveyor gadget, which means activate search with +1 die, but subtract 1 from each die. So it's going to be very hard for him to actually gain the search here, but we'll see. We've been lucky with the rolls. Now it's normally a 4, so I'm just going to say we need a 5 or better on the 2 dice. We did not. We failed. So we failed, but he still searched. So he now has the action that allows he can deactivate to attack a blight. Had he succeeded, he would have gotten a search there too for some keys and stuff, which would have been great, but didn't work out that way. And that is the Tinker. So that's everybody again, guys. That was a quick round. So what happens next? Sorry for the confusion. It is a little hard to track everything while you're filming and stuff, so I'm sorry I missed the crows up there in the ruins. But we're going to bump our track up 1 more. And then we're going to, we don't have any quests. I'm looking, no quests. So we're just going to roll for the Necromancer now, see what happens with him. Boom, a 3. So he, well, we know that he can detect the Valkyrie who is up in the castle. We also know that he can detect the Tinker who's up in the mountains. They're the same distance away. So no matter what happens, that takes the Necromancer back to the village. So we're going to draw a map card. Let me do that. And here's the map deck. We're just going to draw a card. It's going to be a shroud again in the mountains. So that's all the shrouds. Well, we know they're all out on the table. So now, I'm sorry, in the village. So we have a shroud that's now protecting the 2 flux cages. The village is rough right now. Nothing that hurts us, but man, we got to get in there and take that out, I guess. So we know that the Necromancer is plowing ahead toward the Valkyrie or the whoever else has a 1 or 0. Oh, the Valkyrie actually has a 0, so that's where he's heading. And that's going to end our session for this this evening. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Again, I hope you're enjoying this. This is a great game. I don't think it's going to be a terribly long game. We're kind of close to getting a relic, and typically when I get a relic, I give it to the toughest character and go attack the Necromancer as soon as I can while trying to gain the other relics. So we'll see, because you have to clear the blights out of the area too. So, like, for instance, we're not attacking the Necromancer in the village. That is for sure. And we have 2 locations with 3 blights. Both of them have a shroud in them, so we're going to have to go take that out. We're going to have to do something there. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I really appreciate it. Appreciate all the input, feedback, and love and attention I get for this. It's awesome. Please enjoy the future episodes and anything else I do. I got some cool things coming. I'm trying to get to a place where I can film a couple of different things in a day. That would be awesome. Yeah, I think I got to do a plug for somebody. I didn't really think about it for the this episode, but I think not that he needs a plug from me, but Ricky Royal's doing some great Kickstarter stuff. He just did one. Oh gosh, what was the name of it? Well, anyway, if you go to his channel, he's doing some neat Kickstarter previews that he's got a hold of. So check those out and enjoy them. They're really cool. And also, I kickstarted. It's the girls gaming shelf. I pledged for them. They have a Kickstarter running to get their next season up and running. The really high quality stuff, and it would help support the ladies that board game in our industry, and they do some neat things. So check them out. They are on YouTube. Girls Game, or it's either A or the Girls Gaming Shelf. Also check them out on Kickstarter. They're raising money right now for their 2nd season. So guys, thanks for watching again. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon.